everyone, and welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. I hope you all have had a wonderful day and a wonderful night, and continue to have a wonderful day and a wonderful night. Everyone call it strive, and it's good to everyone can strive to be the most best, abundant, full, and truthful version of themselves, and for Refuah Shlema for Michal and Rina. So we're doing Peraky Mishnah Tet. Shiva Devarim B'Golem V'Shiva B'Chacham Eino Medaber Lifnei Misha Gadol Mimenu B'Chachma U'B'Minyan Ve'Eino Nichnas L'Soch Divrei Chavero Ve'Eino Lival להשיב שואל כעניין ומשיב כהלכה ויאמר על ראשון ראשון ועל אחרון אחרון ועל מה שלא אמר אומר ולא שמעתי מודה על האמס וחילופיהן דגולם. 7 traits characterize an uncultivated person and 7 a learned one. A learned person does not begin speaking before one who is greater than he in wisdom or in years. He does not interrupt the words of his fellow. He does not answer impetuously. He asks relevant questions and replies appropriately. He discusses first things first and last things last. Ask about something he has not heard. He says, I have not heard. And he acknowledges the truth. And the reverse of these traits characterize the uncultivated person. And so, Rabbi Dr. Tversky Zatzal talks about how people would ask him, how, with your packed schedule, how do you have time to write 30 books? Is that he said, no, I didn't write 30 books. I wrote 1 book 30 times. Is that he believes, except for, I'll phrase it. He says, I am fixated on the idea that all psychological problems, with the exception of those that are primarily a result of biochemical imbalance, can be traced to a single primary source: the lack of self-esteem. And so, the concept of self-esteem has to be understood properly. It's that every person has a concept of self-image. But it's someone who thinks that of themselves as dumb. They're never going to strive to be smart. They're not going to put themselves, not going to say, oh, I deserve to be in this amazing place or this smart place. And then that when you believe yourself to be something lowly, even though you're not, it's a improper self-image. And then it's sometimes even the most gifted people view themselves as not gifted. And that with the concept of actual self-esteem, you're able to have that humility, you're able to have that refinement. But it's that vanity, actually, like gaiva, egoism, being egotistical, is that actually a result of self-esteem rather than of extremely high self-esteem, because it's that they're very self-conscious, they feel very inadequate. And that a golem is an incomplete person. It's someone that they don't know themselves. And that we have to perceive ourselves, we have to know ourselves properly in order to actually be able to be whole, to be a chacham, to be a fully refined person. And that these traits would not be practiced by these positive traits, would never be practiced by a golem, and be by a person who doesn't know themselves, by a person with a low self-esteem, because these are all things that you need a high self-esteem for. A person with a low self-esteem would do the opposite of these. It's that we have to perceive ourselves properly in order to function optimally. And that he says that's the message of this Mishnah. So thank you so much for listening.